the book of Psalms, chapter 118. I'm sorry, verse 8. And it says, "It is better to trust in the Lord Yahweh than to put confidence in man." Verse 9. "It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in princes." First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahasham Rabakakwadash. Peace and blessings to the elect, the listening, learning, the Aki Wak Wak Yum, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone and the elder bishops. Much respect to the mighty Gabar Yum on the highways and hedges, bidding Yasha to the marriage, and to the Gabari making videos of edification to wake up the lost sheep, and salutations to the elect scattered abroad that beat unto the speckled bird. Shalom. So here we have more Christian foolishness, man. And to you two-thirds, that's it, two-thirds who are still in these churches under the false religion of Christianity, you better repent and leave while you still can, or perish, okay? So let's get into this article here. It says, Christians flock to Washington to pray for America to turn to God by electing Trump, okay? And that's why I opened up with Psalms 118, verses 8 through 9, because so-called Christians claim to love the Lord, but put their trust in a man, especially a man who rules not by the laws of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Let's get into it. It says, tens of thousands of evangelical Christians gathered on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. on Saturday to pray for America's atonement and for Donald Trump's return to the White House. Organizers of the event, Build a Million Women, described the gathering and next month's president election as a last stand moment to save the nation from forces of darkness. For hours, the gathered masses sang worship songs, waved flags symbolizing their belief that America was founded on an explicitly Christian nation, and prayed aloud for Jeebus to intercede on behalf of Trump in November. "If we don't stand now," said Grace Lynn, who traveled from Los Angeles for the rally and came wearing a red "Make America Great Again," which in short is MAGA, which goes into witchcraft and magic, okay? "Then the enemy will take over our country. If that happens, this is the end." Now, Job 9:24 says what? That the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and he covered up the faces of the true judges, right? The Israelites, the prophets, okay? And most importantly, Yahweh wa Yahweh Shai, all right? It tells us in Daniel that the Lord handed over the earth unto the bases of men. So who is ruling the earth right now? The enemy, okay? There is no way that you can save America from destruction. Doesn't matter how many vain prayers you lift up to the Lord. The Lord said, "I will not hear them," okay? I want to get something, because this is going into the wicked Israelites, but we can also apply this till now, okay? This is Jeremiah. Where is it? This is Jeremiah 7:16. "Is therefore prayed not thou for this people," right? Especially Esau. It says, "Neither lift up cry nor pray for them, neither make intercession to me, for I would not hear thee." Why? Because the sacrifices of the wicked are an abomination unto the Lord, okay? So if you're praying for the wicked, the Lord's not going to hear you, okay? This is all vanity, wearing an idol around their neck, okay? These Edomites, and especially, our people, because you have Christians, you have Jake that's still in Christianity and Jake that's also still in Catholicism, okay? Confusion. Let's continue. It says, Lou Engel, the self-described prophet who organized the event, said God told him in a dream to call on 1 million women to march on Washington in order to restore God's dominion over the nation. Engel is a leader in the New Apostolic Reformation, a movement of charismatic Christians who for years have portrayed U.S. politics as a spiritual clash between good and evil, and Trump as a flawed leader anointed by God to redeem the nation. He's a flawed leader, but he's anointed by the Lord, right, to redeem the nation. First of all, let's go into these dreams, man. Let's go into these dreams. Okay. This is Salakia. I'm still getting over whatever that's on me. Let's start at verse. This is Sirach 34 and verse 1. Let's start there. It says, the hopes of man, void of understanding, are vain and false, and dreams lift up fools. Okay. Whoso regarded dreams is like him that catcheth at a shadow and followeth after a wind, which means what? You can't catch a shadow and you can't follow the wind. So everything is in vanity. Okay. The vision of dreams is the resemblance of one thing to another, even as the likeness of a face to a face. And if you jump down to verse 5, it says, divinations and soothsayings and dreams are vain, and the heart fancieth as a woman's heart in travail. If they be not sent from the Most High, that means if they be not sent from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in that visitation, set not thy heart upon them. Why is that? For dreams have deceived many, and they have failed that put their trust in them. Okay, so this is a vain dream, gathering women, right? Women who don't have understanding, silly women laden with sins. Okay, let's continue. It says, listen to the cries of your people in Gilgal Saturday, as thousands of followers lifted their hands to the sky. Save us, God. From a stage overlooking the Washington Monument, Engel and other speakers warned of multitude of threats they say are facing America: crime, religious persecution, abortion, and the growing acceptance of LGBT people. Thousands of women came wearing pink shirts, emblazoned with the words, "Don't mess with our kids," the name and slogan of an anti-LGBT activist group that claims library books, public school teachers, and pop culture are tricking children into changing genders. Yeah, and that's going to go into a lot of civil wars, man. You're going to have the alt-right against the liberals. Okay, that's in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. That's all part of prophecy. And you know what? They're trying to save this place. It's not going to work. I think it's in Isaiah. Let's get this real quick. No, Salakia, Jeremiah, right? Jeremiah, check this out. This is Jeremiah 51. And let's start at verse 8. And it says, Babylon is suddenly fallen. Nope, start at verse 7. It says, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken, right? Because all the nations have laid with the great whore, right? Which is America, and have took on their ways, such as philosophy, so on and so forth, right? Whore culture. You know, you have other people from different nations wanting to be thugs and hip hop artists, okay? It says the nations have drunken her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. This is going into what? Now, obviously, we know that the hammer of the earth is falling asunder slowly, right? It's going to implode and then what? Explode from the thermonuclear fire from those missiles in the third woe, which is World War III. Verse 9 says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country. Why? Because eventually, when this place shuts down, a lot of people are going to say, you know, there's no hope in this place, man. Let us go back to our own land. Okay. It says, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the sky. So that's going into the wickedness of America. There is no healing this place. Okay. No cries, no prayers, no anything. The Lord will not hear them. It says, Salakia. Susan Marsh, who drove from Maryland, said she attended because she fears if Democrats maintain power, her 10-month-old grandson will grow up in a nation where he's pressured to identify as a girl. As she sang and prayed, Marsh waved a large appeal to heaven flag, a prominent symbol of the Christian movement to end the separation of church and state in America. Christianity is not going to save anything. Christianity is a double-minded and flawed doctrine anyways. So many people are hopeless right now, Marsh said, choking up as she spake to a reporter. Our children are going through surgeries that are unnecessary because their hearts are broken and they think they're not who they're supposed to be. Now, this is all under what? The rulership of Esau Edom. Okay? Let's get this. Let's go into the book of Isaiah. Isaiah 24:1, it says, behold, Salakia, Isaiah 29:16, it says, surely your turning of things upside down should be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? Okay, so people are saying that the law was wrong, the way they created them, right? Maybe they were born a male, but they say, guess what? The law was wrong because I feel like I'm a woman. But guess who pushes this? The wicked elites, okay, who place these puppets, so known as presidents, to promote this wickedness. Let's get this. Let's go to the Apocrypha. This is Sirach, chapter 10. Let's start at verse 1. It says, a wise judge, right? So a man who walks in wisdom, a righteous man, an Israelite man, who walks with the law, statutes, commandments. So the wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So since we have a wicked government, a wicked rulership, the people are wicked as well. Verse 3, an unwise king destroyed this people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. And no one really wants to stay here, man. People are getting sick and tired, and then, they're going to eventually, according to Bible prophecy, go against the government. Okay. Let's continue. It says, Marin Frittag was part of a group of about 50 people who traveled from Minnesota. She says she came to stand with the man who God has selected as the president. She then gestured to her hat, which spelled out Trump 2024 in shimmering rhinestones. Frittag refused to contemplate what would happen if Trump loses to Vice President Kamala Harris. I don't even want to go there, she said. Sadie Wolski, another member of the Minnesota contingent, overheard the comment. She leaned in and said, think Armageddon, which is going to happen anyways. Joel, the 3rd chapter, goes into that. All right, World War III. That's right, Frittag said. If we don't turn this nation back to the Lord, we're on a fast slide into the abyss with no return, right? And we just read in Jeremiah 51, starting at verses 8 through 9, talking about, we would have healed Babylon, but Babylon cannot be healed. But you know what? This is the foolishness of Christians. They do not study, okay? And they do not have faith in the Lord. They have faith in man. This is Jeremiah 17:5. It says, thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord. You see that? And this is going into, these so-called Christians, man, that believe a wicked man who's selected by a wicked elite. And to you, 2/3 are still in these churches that still trust in Esau Edom. You're gonna freaking perish with them, man. Okay, I want to get this real quick. Salakia, that's the spirit. I want to go into Lamentations. Let's go into Lamentations. What's it saying in Lamentations? I think it's 4:3. I think it's chapter 4. Okay, chapter 4. And let's scroll down to, where is it? Right here. This is Lamentations 4:17, right? This is to you Israelites that still trust in these wicked ass Edomites, man. It says, as for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. Esau cannot save us, man. Esau is our enemy. Psalms 83, Esau is the first nation that's an enemy not only against the Israelites, but against Yahweh while Yahweh Shai. Okay? Right here. Let's do this. Let's go to Isaiah real quick. Isaiah chapter 30. Okay. Isaiah chapter 30. And let's get this. Let's get to the point. It says for the Egyptians. Now, the modern day Egyptians are who? Esau. And guess that are here in America. Okay. That are under the philosophy of America. For the Egyptians shall help in vain, and to no purpose. Therefore have I cried concerning this. Their strength is to sit still. Okay? They don't really care about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. They don't give a damn about y'all. But they will use you guys for votes and then what? Oppress you. Okay? That's why it says in the scriptures, is Israel a homeborn slave? It's almost like you like to be under the control of Esau Edom, man. Shalom, shalom to Judah tribesmen. Shalom wa barakatham. This is Deuteronomy 17 and 15. This goes for Israel, man. You're not supposed to be voting for your enemy. It says, thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord Yahweh thy God shall choose. So let me read that again. Deuteronomy 17 and 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy power shall choose, one from among thy brethren. So guess what? To you so-called Negroes, Native Americans, Latinos, Seminole Indians, you're supposed to be picking a person of your own tribe, man, of your own nation, to be a king over you. Okay? Let's continue. From one among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. Okay? So the Lord said, hey, you're not supposed to put an Edomite over you, an Elamite, an Ammonite, okay, a Moabite, but an Israelite. Good precept, Bob. All right, so what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, hey, at the end of the day, these Egyptians, man, they don't care about you, man. I want to get something. What is it? He doeth it unwillingly, right? Let's get that. This is Sirach 14 and 7. It says, he that is evil to himself. Let's start at verse 5. Sirach 14 and 5. Because you got to remember, Esau doesn't even care about his own people. He that is evil to himself, to whom will it be good? He should not take pleasure in his goods. For there is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness. Now check this out. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. So if Esau doesn't even like his own people, you damn well sure better believe that Esau despises Jake. He's only giving you the smooth words so you can vote for him, man, and put him back into office so he can continue to oppress your dumb ass, right? But again, you Christians and you Catholics, man, and I'm speaking to you 2/3 are still in these churches. I don't give a damn about the heathen nations, okay? You're still going to remain in these churches and believe in Jesus Christ, man. Cesare Borgia, okay, an Edomite who not only committed incest, but also committed adultery and murder. Okay, let's get back to it. Matthew Taylor, a senior scholar at the Nonprofit Institute from Islamic, Christian, and Jewish Studies in Maryland, said those comments are representative of a dangerous and increasingly widespread embrace of apocalyptic political messaging on the Christian right. Taylor, who attended the March Saturday as part of his research, has spent years studying the new apocalyptic reformation and its unwavering support for Trump. He documented in his book, The Violent Take It by Force. Now that's going into Esau Edom. Let's get that. That's beautiful, man. Let's get that. I believe that's in, is it take them by force. Take it by force. Where is it? Shoot. And take them by force. By force. Salakia. I'm trying to find it real quick. Where is it? I can't find it right now. But brother, maybe if you you could find that precept and throw that up on there for me, man. Salakia. But let's continue. It says Taylor said he worries that the dire messaging and the betrayal of Trump as God's chosen candidate to defeat evil Democrats can set the stage for more violence. This is about activating the most ardent Christian supporters of Donald Trump, putting them into an apocalyptic mindset that says this election is do or die for America, Taylor said. The danger is that these folks can easily be converted over into Capitol rioters if the right circumstances come about and if their leaders give them that guidance, which is going to happen, man. See, civil war is part of prophecy. The scripture says, I believe in the book of Matthew, it says a nation divided by civil war cannot stand, man, and it's going to fall. Okay, so this, hey, this place is divided. Going into what it says in the book of Luke, when Yahweh Shai said, "Think that I've come to send peace, but rather division." Okay, I really want to get that. Why can't I? Can't think of it. Can't think of it right now. But let's continue. It says Taylor and many others in attendance noted that the crowd was more racially and ethnically diverse than most conservative political rallies. Churches from across the country, including some majority so-called Black denominations, chartered buses for the event. Organizers chose to hold the event on Yom Kippur, the holiest day in Judaism, because it is the day to atone for sins. And that's another thing too. You call yourself a Christian, but you're also observing a day of Judaism. That's just confusion. That is plain confusion. That's being double-minded. James 1:8 said the double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So these Christians, Catholics, they're not stable in the spirit, man. Okay. I really want to get that precept. Right here, Micah. Woo! The Wadi Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So going back to when it said they take them by force, okay? The Wadi Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This is Micah 2:1. Let's start there. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in their power of their hand." This is speaking what? The wicked elites. It says, "And they covet fields and take them by violence, in houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage." And this is what they did to the so-called Native Americans, man. Okay? And they still do this to this day, even to their own people. The Wadi al-Bashim al-Shire. Let's continue. Don't want to make this too long. It says, Latrice Curry, a so-called Black mother who said she voted for Barack Obama in 2008, drove from Ohio with her husband and 4 children. She said her support for Trump, a twice-divorced billionaire who's facing a range of criminal charges related to his business practices and alleged attempts to overturn the 2020 election, has led to divisions and arguments with her so-called Black friends and family members. Now, I say so-called Black because no one is Black. That's a social construct, okay? Everyone is a derivative of brown, different shade of brown. And when it comes to the Edomites, different shades of pink or red, okay? But she believes he's the only candidate who will set America back on a moral course. I do think it is a last stand, Curry said, but God has given us so much time, now judgment will come. Now, Job 39:17 says, for the Lord has not given her wisdom nor understanding. So you have all these women of no understanding of the scriptures being a representation, okay? Which goes to show you that this is a flawed queendom. And this is also a rulership that rules, or that I should say that dwells in the Queen of Heaven spirit. So it says, Phil Hillman drove with his wife from Florida. They learned about the event while attending a Get Out of the Vote rally in Georgia hosted by Lance Walnew, an evangelist who coined and popularized the Seven Mountains Mandate, a growing belief on the American right that says conservative Christians are called to occupy positions of power in 7 key spheres of society, including business, education, media, and government. Walnew was among the speakers Saturday. Hillman said he gets his news from Flashpoint, a TV program that reaches hundreds and thousands of followers with a blend of pro-Trump political commentary and prophetic messages about God's divine plans for America. He worries about what will happen if Trump loses, but if he said he has faith that Satan will be defeated, even if Harris and the Democrats prevail. Hey, if Satan casts out Satan, how can his kingdom stand, right? If that happens, it's not going to be a political solution, Hillman said. God will provide other opportunities to take the country back that will be more surreptitious, or underground. Now, the Lord said that the earth is going to be taken back by the saints, right? Scripture says, and the saints shall take the kingdom. America will burn, okay, and Israel will reign forever and ever. I'm talking about the Israelites, not the Israelis, the small hats, okay? It says Hellman, holding a large red Jesus is King flag over his shoulder, didn't expand on what that might look like. One way or another, he said, righteousness will prevail. And there you go with that rainbow flag. So at the end of the day, this is all in vain. The Lord doesn't hear the prayers of Christians or Catholics, okay, or those of Judaism, so on and so forth. The Lord will destroy this place. And to you, Israelites that are still in these churches, on these religions, here's what the scriptures say. And I'm going to end up with this. Let's go back to Isaiah chapter 30. And verse 1. It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. That walk to go down into Egypt, and have not acts of my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. So who is Pharaoh right now? That will be Mr. Donald Trump. And what's the shadow of Egypt? The wickedness here in America. Verse 3, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. So as the title says, Christian foolishness. Jake, leave Christianity while you still can. I pray that y'all were edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahasham Rachak Wadash, Shalom.